The Canon R5 is using pixel shift to get a new crazy high resolution mode, and you will not believe the megapixels it'll actually be able to produce. So let's not waste any time and let's get straight into the article. So as you can see, our 400 megapixel stills coming to the Canon EOS R5. Yes, you heard right, 400 megapixel stills. Let's actually start reading up about this. So it basically says using a new firmware. Everyone thought there was going to be like a Canon R5S, which is going to be a crazy new high resolution camera from Canon, and it actually looks like the Canon R5 Mark II, or it looked like the Canon R5 Mark II might be coming out sometime this year as well, maybe in the second quarter of 2023. And it actually looks like Canon have either delayed it or just pushed it back, and are actually giving the Canon R5 some more love by actually giving it a new crazy update, which is actually being able to produce 400 megapixel stills by using pixel shift. Now basically, pixel shift is a method in digital cameras for producing a super resolution image. The method works by taking several images after such a capture, shifting the sensor into a new position. So basically what it actually does, it uses the in-body image stabilization to actually move the sensor around the camera to actually take different photos. So it takes one, for example, at the top right, one in the top in the middle of the camera, one in the top left, and you keep going around until it actually takes, I think, like 9 photos maybe. Yeah, it says 9 shots at the bottom. So 3 at the top, 3 in the middle, and 3 at the bottom. And basically, because the image stabilization actually makes the sensor move around to actually keep it stabilized, because it can move it around, that's how it is actually moving it around to actually being able to do pixel shift. And it actually says it looks like Canon is going to be bringing this to the Canon R5 this year, and it actually looks like they're going to be calling this feature IBIS high resolution, and it will combine 9 shots to make 400 megapixel image, which is actually 24,576 by 16,384 pixels, which is mind-blowing, out of this world. And you already know the file sizes are going to be absolutely insane. We've actually got a photo here as well where it actually comes up with some specifications of the Canon R5 that you will find on their website, and as you can see at the bottom, it actually says new IBIS high resolution mode, combining 9 shots to create a high resolution 400 megapixel image. So this is actually on the specifications, so it's actually confirmed that it's going to be using the IBIS, and it's confirmed that it's using 9 photos, and it's going to be 400 megapixels. And it says, beyond this new pixel shift feature, we do expect further advancements to come in the new R5 firmware. We actually expect this to be announced within 30 days. So within a month, 2 months, you actually might be able to shoot 400 megapixel photos on your Canon EOS R5, which is actually pretty ridiculous, to be honest, considering the closest you're probably going to get to that, which is affordable, is the Fujifilm GFX 100 or GFX 100X or whatever that camera is called, the medium format camera, because it's 100 megapixels. Now with the Canon R5 being 45 megapixels, the fact that it can use IBIS to actually create a 400 megapixel image, and it's actually possible by actually just putting in a firmware update, which is pretty insane if you actually think about it. I actually think this is going to be either a really good feature or a pretty pointless feature, because really I only see people using this if you're a top professional product photographer and product studio photographer, for like obviously product shots for like websites and that. You want to get the most cleanest, sharpest image possible, or again for landscapes. If you're a landscape photographer, you're going to love this, really, being 400 megapixels. But for everything else, I don't think it'll be worth it that much, to be fair, because I think the file sizes are going to be too huge. I'm not sure if you'll be able to shoot RAW. I highly doubt you'll be able to shoot RAW, to be fair. If you can, then fair play, but I'm not entirely sure, to be fair. But if you can shoot RAW, the file sizes would be mad, and I just don't see it being as useful for, like, I don't know, portraits maybe, weddings, and like sports. I only think it will be beneficial to landscape photographers, product photographers as well. And obviously, if you're them and you have an R5, will you actually be using this mode? Are you excited for this mode? Is this something you've been waiting for? Leave your comments down below. I actually really want to know your thoughts, because I actually think the Canon R5 getting this firmware update is really good, and I actually think a lot of people are happy that they actually are still giving the Canon R5 some love. I got the Canon R6 Mark II over the Canon R5 mainly because of the price, and I didn't want to spend loads of money on CF Express cards, and I didn't want my file sizes to be huge. If I did end up buying the Canon R5, obviously I'd be happy on getting a new feature for free. However, I'd probably only use it once or twice for testing. Maybe if I'm going on like holiday and I want to get a landscape shot, maybe I'd test it out then to get some crazy high resolution photos. But honestly, I don't think it's the biggest thing to get excited about, because I gotta admit, I don't think a lot of people will use it unless, like I said, you're a landscape or product photographer. So if you did enjoy this video or found it helpful and interesting, why not hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. I do loads of news videos like this, I do loads of gear reviews and some tutorials as well, so if you are interested, hit that subscribe button. And if you did actually enjoy this video, why not watch this video next to actually see the absolutely insane Canon R5 Mark II specs that actually were leaked. And just because it got delayed doesn't mean that it's not going to be coming out ever, because there's still a chance it might come out later this year or early next year. And if these specs are true, this camera is going to be an absolute beast.